Good evening. I'm David Green. I'm the Deputy Chief with Colleton County Fire Rescue and the county's emergency manager. We're broadcasting live again from the Emergency Operations Center. I wanted to provide everyone an update on Hurricane Dorian. Hurricane Dorian is currently 325 miles southeast of Colleton County with 110 mile per hour winds and is moving northwest at 5 miles per hour. All of Colleton County is either under a tropical storm warning or a hurricane watch. The coast of Colleton County is under a storm surge warning. In the next 36 hours, Colleton County will likely experience tropical storm or hurricane conditions. Additionally, life-threatening storm surge will begin tomorrow, starting at around noon, and could result in 4 to 7 feet of inundation above normally dry ground. Let me reiterate that this storm surge will be life-threatening. Zones A and B in Colleton County continue to be under Governor McMaster's evacuation order. And to expand on that, I'd like to ask Chief McRoy to come up here.
Good evening. I hope everybody's well and following the progress of Hurricane Dorian. Fire Rescue continues to monitor the storm and coordinate resources here at the County Emergency Operations Center. We and many county, municipal, state, and federal, including private agencies, are well prepared to deploy personnel and resources to respond to the community pre and post storm. These agencies are ready to help should that need arise. There's over 30 people working here in the EOC today. They're all here for you. Hurricane Dorian is stalled over the Bahamas. It's been there for about 24 hours and has started moving at about 3 miles per hour. This has changed the timeline some. It is expected to reach South Carolina's coast tomorrow, possibly around midday. At the present, we can expect tropical force winds to reach much of Colleton County, with higher wind speeds reaching the coast. Rain's expected to be very heavy, along with increases of storm surge in our creeks and rivers. Flooding is expected. The storm's track can change, and it can shift toward or away from our coast, so you need to watch it. The projections are not definite. If you live in low-lying areas or evacuation zones A and B, you should have already left. Keep in mind that if you can't get out, that emergency services may not be able to reach you. The best preparation for you and your family now is to evacuate, as Governor McMaster ordered yesterday. Evacuation routes are moving well today, and Colleton County has opened an emergency shelter at Colleton County High School at 150 Cougar Nation Drive. That's off the 3300 block of Jeffries Highway. There's plenty of room at the shelter, so you're welcome to come, but do remember that it does lack some of the comforts of home. There is an increased law enforcement presence in our county and in the entire region, and they do not expect any shenanigans, so they're not fooling around with this. Sandbags were available up till 5 o'clock today. That has ceased, and it was limited to 20 per person, but as I stated, that has stopped. With the wind speeds expected in the morning, we will not give out sandbags tomorrow. As a reminder, if you have an emergency, call 911. And if you need to reach something for a non-emergency matter or reach someone in the EOC, you can call here at area code 843-549-5632. 843-549-5632. We'll hand this off to Sheriff Strickland.
Thank you, Chief. I want to iterate a couple of things that Chief Green as well as Chief McRoy said. So if you've heard this before, we just want to make sure that we're clear on something, on some of these things. Unfortunately, Hurricane Dorian is expected to still approach and make the landfall on South Carolina, on our coast and our county, early Wednesday as a strong Category 2 hurricane. The latest advisors from the National Weather Service indicate very little change in the forecasted track. With that being said, we want to caution everyone in regards to the following. Do not focus, I repeat, do not focus on the exact forecasted track. The eye of the storm can shift anywhere within the forecasted cone, and impacts from the storm can extend westward for large distances. Confidence in the forecast track is increasing, but experts will not rule out a landfall or closer approach to the coast, specifically to our area here in Colleton. Small changes in the track would result in significant changes in wind, storm surge, inundation, and heavy rainfall impacts. Dorian is predicted to be a strong Category 2 hurricane as it impacts our state. We want our community to know what to expect based on these current models. In our coastal areas, we can expect the following: widespread power and utility outages, significant tree damage, and minor to moderate structural damage. 4 to 7 feet in inundation, which could result in secondary roads washing out and evacuation or escape routes becoming impossible. Severe beach erosion and dune loss. The inland portions of Colleton County can expect the following: scattered power and utility outages, downed trees and power lines, and minor structural damage. Loose debris covering the roadways. Heavy rainfall may cause rivers and waterways to swell, prompting swifter currents and overspill. Rising floodwaters can damage structures as well as foundations. In regards to our arrival times, the best estimate that we can, correction on that, in regards to the arrival time of the hurricane, the best we can estimate can be provided is for the arrival of winds and rain to occur sometimes around 2 p.m. on Wednesday and peaking between then and 2 p.m. on Thursday. In addition, the threat of tornadic activity ahead of the approaching storm is very high and likely. This will be a major concern beginning Wednesday and carrying out throughout early Thursday. During these heightened times of impact, everyone should take into account that any response from emergency personnel could be significantly delayed, if we can even respond at all, due to winds and what emergency vehicles are possibly rated for. Make preparations and monitor the conditions. When conditions worsen, please remain in place and stay off the roadways. In regards to Edisto Beach, a curfew is again into effect this evening, beginning at 6 o'clock p.m., after which all access to Edisto Beach will be restricted. All city, county, and state offices, to include schools in Colleton County, are closed and will remain closed until further notice. The only exception is that Colleton County waste convenience sites were open until 6 o'clock. However, they did close at 6. Is that correct? Okay. I want to reiterate to our citizens that every available resource is being utilized to protect our community. Emergency personnel from countless local, state, and federal agencies have been working around the clock to ensure that we are providing the best possible care for our citizens and their families along with their property. Please be safe, and if you see anything out of place or anyone that appears to be out of place, then continue to notify the Colleton County Sheriff's Office of 911, and we'll get to you as soon as we can. Thank you.
Thanks, Sheriff. Chief. So in closing here, the Emergency Operations Center remains in operational condition 1 with a full staff. We have staff in here from all of our emergency support function partners. These include Colleton County Fire Rescue, the Colleton County Sheriff's Office, the South Carolina Department of Social Services, the American Red Cross, the South Carolina Emergency Management Division, the South Carolina National Guard, the Colleton County School District, State Law Enforcement Division, Colleton Medical Center of South Carolina Department of Health and Environmental Control, South Carolina Department of Transportation, and the U.S. Coast Guard. We also have a representative here from the town of Edisto Beach. We stay in constant contact with them, the city of Walterboro, and county government officials to ensure that we have everything in place and we're prepared for the storm. If you have any questions or do not have transportation to the shelter, please contact the Emergency Operations Center at 843-549-5632. Again, that number is 843-549-5632. Again, dial 911 for emergencies only. Thank you and be safe.